Rehab doctor, Doc?
Hi. We're working on Bob's endurance. He mostly works on a treadmill. Uh, we're increasing the rate and the incline on a regular basis, and he's been doing great.
Good,
And it should help him a lot when he gets a transplant.
good. Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
We gotta save some for Mary Lou.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what she could be doing? Is we want to get the dressing being done, right?
Right.
We'll have Mary Lou doing the
Okay.
dressing.
Okay, Bob. Tell us what's happened.
It's happened. It's happened. My heart broke. What the hell do you want me to say to that? I don't know.
Well, tell us what happened up at Clarkson. What happened? What
10
happened?
minutes.
Take us back to Clarkson. And what happened at Clarkson?
I don't know, like the day or two before finals, all of a sudden I was tired and I could feel my heart beating away, and I went to the emergency room and they told me my heart was twice as big and twice as weak as it should be. So I ended up getting sent by ambulance to St. Joe's, and it went from there. Then I ended up going on, they fixed me with drugs for a while, and I was home. And then all of a sudden I went downhill from there and ended up having to come down here to New York City.
And what's happened since you've been down here at Columbia Presbyterian?
Once I got down to New York City, they decided that my blood pressure was too low and my heart wasn't pumping strong enough. So they had to put a pump in to assist my heart called an LVAD. So before I had the LVAD, I was laid up in bed with IVs, and they were pushing drugs down my throat, and I could barely get up to go to the bathroom. And then they put the LVAD in, and within a couple of days, I was up walking around, and now they have me on the treadmill, lifting weights, playing all their stupid little rehab games, and working out so when I get the transplant, I could recover and I could be home in a couple weeks.
How do you feel since you've had the heart mate?
100 times better I felt since I've had the LVAD. Like I said, I'm out walking around, feeling great. I'm ready to get out of here.
What do you miss most about being down here?
I miss hanging out with my friends. I had a lot of plans to hang out with all my hometown friends and everything this summer, and since I've been down here, I talk to them on the phone a lot and get letters from them and everything, but I miss just hanging out with my friends.
Are you nervous about the transplant?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but I really want it. This pump in me, it's nice and it's keeping me going and everything, but there's a lot of pressure and a little bit of pain and stuff, so I'm ready for the transplant so I can get home.
What do you think about everything going on back in Chittenango? All of the way the communities come together and friends and all of the fundraisers and
Everything that's going on at home is incredible. I didn't expect everybody to react this way, and I mean, I expected to get letters and a little bit of mail, but I didn't expect everybody to be pitching in, and all the fundraisers and everything that everybody's doing is just incredible.
Okay. Would you show us how you change how the HeartMate actually works? Right now, you're hooked up to the main power.
Yeah.
If you want to change to the batteries, can you show us how that would work?
Yeah, except I don't have the batteries. Okay, the way this works mainly is I have a pump inside me. This sits about right here. It's about this big. That helps my heart pump. I got one of the ones that's battery powered, so I can actually get up and walk around, and it's charged by these two batteries, which will last about 6 hours. What I do is at night I'm plugged into the wall, so I don't have to worry about running out of energy or anything like that. But what happens is I have a tube that comes out that's hooked to this controller, which regulates the speed of the pump, and I'm usually pumping anywhere from 80 to 100 times per minute. Then I have the vents. That's what vents the pump. So like I said, at night I'm plugged into the wall, and at day, when I want to get up and walk around, I undo this one. Makes kind of an annoying sound. Plug it into the one battery. You always have two batteries just in case, but you still only get 6 hours total. And I'll plug this one in, there's two of them. And there. Now this plug that was in the wall is gone. And now I'm just on these 2 batteries. And I don't have it with me right now, but I have a shoulder holster, a hip pack that I put the batteries in, and I clip this to me. And so I can just walk around and do whatever I want just on batteries. That's how I would go to the bathroom and walk on the treadmill. And I can take showers too. I have a plastic bag I put all this stuff into, tie it up, Velcro it shut so it's water resistant, hang it upside down and over my neck. And I have a dressing right here, which will be changed later on tape. You'll see. I have to cover that up with plastic and then I can take showers.
I see you got a Clarkson sweatshirt on. Tell us about plans to get back to school.
Clarkson's been nothing but great since I left. Even when this all started, they were great about finals. I ended up taking 2 of my 4 finals at home, proctored by an SU professor up the street. They left that up to me. I could have been exempt from them. I could have taken them next semester. They've been great. I've got letters from all kinds of people from Clarkson. They said I can come back whenever I'm ready, and they want me to come back, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. I'd like to make the fall semester, but I might not. And if I don't make the fall semester, I'll make this spring semester.
Good. Hi, Mary Lou. This is Mary Lou, Bob's favorite nurse, and she is trying to make a New Yorker out of him. Any chance of that happening, Mary Lou?
I think so. He's got potential. He's snotty enough at times.
Oh, they're probably gonna put that on the news.
Oh, that's good. Tell me something about this. Is he an easy patient, Mary Lou?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
No.
How would you rate him?
Mary Lou, be nice. My family's gonna
He's a 9.
show you.
How do you have all of these kind of cancer and don't know it and I didn't know if I
This is a view out Bob's window. This is Glenn. Glenn is Bobby's occupational therapist. Glenn, can you tell us what occupational therapy is?
For Bob, the focus of occupational therapy is to get Bob to doing everything that he did prior to his heart condition starting, so prior to the LVAD placement and prior to getting sick. So our major focus is to get his endurance back up so that he'll have enough energy throughout the day to perform anything that he wants to do, whether it's go back to school, go back to work, or go out and play sports. And that's the major focus. So to return to his prior level of functioning is probably the major focus. And we've been dropping across. You tell me if you want to upgrade this today. It's been a while, so you tell me. And just make sure that your hand turns out when you come up.
That's kind of nice.
So yeah. That's it.
Glenn, will you give me some tough hands here?
Maybe it's time to upgrade him. So you can start down here. How's that feel? Let's do 20, and then around 15 to 20 you should be getting, you know, like, I don't know. Jump all the way down.
Okay, relax.
Good.
How about we do this? Charlie?
Didn't do it right, did you? When's that, next week?
July 8th, hopefully I'm not going to do it weekend.
Get it next week.
Tanya's coming down this weekend, next weekend, I'm like, so it'd be cool if I could do the overnight first, so she didn't have to worry about spending the night with my family. Dr. Maureen, every time I turn my head with the
This is Tamara, Bobby's physical therapist. Tamara, can you tell me about his physical therapy?
Sure. Bob's been working on the treadmill to help improve his endurance and tolerance for exercise. And he's done really well in terms of increasing his duration. He's able to tolerate about an hour now?
Yeah.
About 30-35 minutes at a normal walking pace, and also with, say, a 1% grade at this time. So he has his earphones on to help motivate him. If that's not enough, we always have some nice music in the background. We also monitor his heart rate and blood pressure every 5 minutes, just to ensure that he's getting a normal increase with activity and he can tolerate greater intensity of exercise.
Good. Bob, any comments?
Nope.
You having fun?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
You can't beat the treadmill.
Always a smile on his face.
You'll see. It's something, it may be ingenious, it may be done. Sorry.
Hey, Bob, just see over here. Hey, Bob.
Will you get me my ring?
You having fun? What are you seeing out the window, Bob?
Drug town?
Drug capital of the world.
I can't really hear anything because I have a headphones on.
I'll be entertaining for like 15 minutes.
What? I can't hear anything you're saying.
That's what screwed us up. Matthew should take pictures. Yeah. That one's not working. Oh, an overhand throw. All right. Guys, I have a softball game.
What's the matter, Adam?
I have a softball game today. Let's get these bad catches out of the way. All right, we lost 15-5 last week. We're not doing that again.
My kid has a better score than that.
The weird part is we won the week before that, 16-6. And then after we lose 15. I'd say spread it out a little bit. I'm not sure if that's a good idea right now.
This is Corey. Corey has the same thing Bobby has.
He's my roommate for a while.
It was his roommate for a while. And Corey's going home. Corey, when you going home?
Thursday?
Looking forward to that? Where's home, Corey?
Burlington, Connecticut.
Good. Okay, I'm here with Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is Bobby's surgeon. Doc, would you kind of give us some background as to what's happened, Bobby's status, and maybe your outlook for his future?
Sure. I had the pleasure of meeting Bobby Berkey on June the 2nd, I guess. He had been transferred down after spending a week in a hospital in the northern part of the state near Syracuse, and complaining of progressive heart failure. He really had developed a disease, a disease we did not expect a 19-year-old otherwise healthy individual to have, which is the major ailment growing in this country today, and that's heart failure. As you know, one out of every two people watching this show is going to die from their heart. It's a reality of life. Unfortunately, in some people, though that ailment precedes when you normally expect it to occur, as it happened in Bobby's case. And now you have a 19-year-old fellow who otherwise has a normal life expectancy, all their other organs work fine, and you're watching them die in the hospital. And indeed, that's what we did until about 4 years ago. We just watched them die in the hospital. And it was because of that painful event that so much work was put into developing mechanical hearts. And as many people will remember, Barney Clark was a dentist in Utah who had an artificial heart implanted. And you can remember this overweight gentleman walking down the street with this huge entourage of healthcare professionals following him. And he didn't do very well. But out of that experience grew the development of the device you currently have, which is a titanium device, and a device which we were able to insert on the 4th of June. On that day, it was a Sunday. Bobby started to develop some of the signs of the last couple hours of heart failure. His kidneys weren't working, he was getting more short of breath, he had trouble eating. These are symptoms that you see as people are going to, so to speak, check out. They're not doing well, and the end is coming. It was at that moment that, and I don't remember, it was we were having a graduation picnic, and I was paged by Bobby's cardiologist, Dr. Mancini, who asked me to consider putting a mechanical device in him, and I think it was the best thing to do. Now, can you pause it for a second? We were faced with the option of letting Bobby go, which none of us wanted to do, and really wasn't an option, or putting a device like this in. And this is an older model of what Bobby had. Bobby has the newest version of this, which is not available across the country yet. But we're one of the trial centers for it, and we're lucky enough to have one available when he got sick. But it's very similar to this. It's made of titanium. You might ask yourself, what's so special about this device that you don't have problems with, for example, stroke? Well, the surface of this device is very rough. That's sort of counterintuitive. You'd think a rough surface makes clot, and the clot would fly off to the head, you'd have strokes. But all the old devices were made of very, very smooth material. And because they were smooth, it was felt the blood would slide over them, and nothing would ever stick. But in reality, what happens, there are little crevices, little areas where the blood swirls, little eddy currents. So the blood makes little bits of clot there, those clots fly off to the head, and you get strokes. So what this company is called a thermocardiosystem device, TCI for short. What this company did was they said, let's make a really rough surface. You can feel that. And that really rough surface allows the blood to stick, but it sticks so firmly it can't come off again. So when the following cells go through, they don't see the surface of the device. They see your own blood cells stuck to something. They don't know what that something is. So they don't stick anymore. So that's why this device has made such a huge breakthrough, because you don't have to put in any blood thinners. Now, there's some valves in this device, and it fits into the heart like this. And I remember, although we always think of the heart as being in the middle of the body, it's actually over to the left a little bit. And it fits into the device underneath the rib margin, and there's a graft that comes from here and hooks up to the major tube needed in the body. The whole device is inside underneath the skin. The only thing coming out is a little cable, which you can see Bobby's cable is a lot smaller than this cable. It's a newer model. And with this small cable, it's relatively light. He must carry these batteries around, but I think they're practical, and they're certainly much better than the alternative. In any case, his post-operative recovery was very good, and we haven't, thank goodness, had any major problems so far. They are still new devices, and we're still learning a lot, and Bobby is breaking new ground because, especially putting these devices in the younger patients is a novelty. In addition to having people do so well and being able to go home so quickly is also new territory for us. But I think it demonstrates the resilience that he's built up. I always said it was better to grow up outdoors, out in the countryside. It's been a pleasure knowing him and his family, and I think that he will do very well. I'm waiting for a heart for him now, although we have a long list here, we had the busiest program last year in the country, and I'm optimistic that we'll find a heart for him within a month or two, maybe a little bit longer. And once he gets that heart, at 5 years, I think he's got a superb chance of being a healthy, normal person.
Well,